live from the Export Beer Garden studio. This is the feature-length agenda for Thursday, the 15th of June.
The Agenda, an alternative commentary collective podcast.
G'day there, welcome along to the Agenda podcast. Myself, G Lane, Matt Heath Manaia Stewart. Proudly brought to you by Musashi and Manaia Stewart. You've been smashing a lot of Musashi recently, haven't you?
Yeah, Manaia Stewart, ACC, he, him. I've been smashing a lot of Musashis, your pre-workouts. I don't think there's a man on God's green earth right now who's done more sports in the last 24 hours than me. I played 18 holes of golf yesterday. Actually, 9 of those I played with Auckland rugby legend Alame Ramir.
Oh.
Yeah, just happened to be there. Yeah. And he jumped on with us.
Just joined your four ball.
Joined our four ball. Giant hands, Alama, and he's got a very wristy action. But
was that up at Chamberlain?
Yeah, up at Chambers.
How are the greens rolling at Chamberlain?
They're actually in tremendous shape at the moment. Yeah, I think 3 months of rain. If you, as a greenkeeper, can't turn 3 months of rain into a good lawn, then you've got bigger problems than that. 18 holes of golf, then rolled straight onto the basketball court where I got obliterated, and now here I am here.
Yeah, you're making that noise, Matt, you'd be familiar with it. Every time Manaia gets out of his seat at his desk, he goes, oh.
Yeah. Half an hour ago, I had to start getting up out of my seat to come in here and do this podcast.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm on the yogs, guys. That's why I'm on the yoga. Yogi 23, done yoga every day this year.
But I thought that's just you pesting around Adrian.
Adrian, yeah, you still hanging around Adrian?
No, I've taken it public. I'm not just watching the lovely Adrian on the couch with my pants down anymore.
You're stretching with your pants off. I've
left her and I've put on some Lululemon and I've gone down to the local yoga class and I'm punishing in public.
Can I ask a question? Forgive me if it's a stupid question, but do Lululemon make men's clothing?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Yep.
I presumed it was just the tight box thingies that they do for the women.
No.
Revolutionised it for the women. Do you know that design?
Yeah, well, I will say, though, one thing about them selling men's clothes, I think I've never seen someone actually wearing it. I've only ever seen it in the shop, and I think it's so that boyfriends have somewhere to stand.
Yeah, right.
While the wife's in there doing whatever.
Well, no, I actually operate male Lululemon.
Do you?
Yeah, it's so comfy.
Because,
so 2023.
well, they revolutionised that design around the crotch.
Yeah, there's a bit more room around the crotch than the women's ones.
And the women's ones, so that's why they're so popular, because there's no camel toe.
Yeah.
They've eliminated the camel toe because that was a huge problem.
Why don't people want the camel toe?
Yeah.
I don't mind the camel toe.
If you got a camel toe, you don't want to show off the camel toe.
Right.
It's like the moose knuckle. We have the same issue with tight pants when the moose knuckle comes out.
Well, when we used to do the watch-alongs at the ACC and you'd sit on the couch there and there'd be a camera right at crotch height.
Yeah.
And I remember checking the comments after one stream and it was almost exclusively comments on my package because the camera angle was directly up there.
Right up your...
well, you need some Lululemon.
Yeah. I think I do.
Would it actually kill Lululemon to come on board with the ACC? Hey, I've actually got a bone to pick with you guys because I don't get paid a lot to be part of the ACC, and I see that you've just handed out $200 million to skiing injuries today.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, this is the problem at the moment. We get mixed up with. We need to say the Alternative Commentary Collective. We lazily just call it the ACC, and
I'm like, come on, I'm working my butt off here, and you're just handing $200 million to rich skiers.
Well, the thing is, we can hand out what we like because we get mixed up in our social media handles quite a lot. Yeah. So people come to the ACC NZ and they're complaining about their
sickness benefit,
but not being approved, and we always go back in the DMs, approved,
yeah. You're good to go.
You're good to go, and then send it back, and they go, amazing, how do I get it? I'm like, just contact your local ACC. Meanwhile, the ACC, the real ACC, are getting sent 69s, people buffing beers.
Yep.
And there's the other ACC, of course, which I run in the bedroom around court, sex acts. It's like, once it's finished, you apologise, you cry, and then you come in for a cuddle.
Yeah. And there's also Auckland City Council, which is an issue as well. So there's a lot going on. Anyway, let's get in.
Should we change the name of the whole bloody thing?
Yeah. Let's get to the agenda. You're resplendent there in your Blues finery. Matt Heath.
Yeah,
it is a big game for the Blues against the Satyrs down at Potmacherry Stadium.
Yeah, there's been a lot of foreplay in this whole Super Rugby tournament. It's been all foreplay, but now they finally get to the hump and
the gravy stroke
down at Potmacherry Stadium. And the Blues, I mean, you know, on all logic, you'd imagine that a team flying down to play the Crusaders in any kind of playoff rugby are going to lose because the Crusaders have basically never lost any game except for the final.
No, they've never lost a playoff game.
No, they've never lost a playoff game.
In Christchurch.
They've lost. So it's a tough task, but most of them are dead. Most of the Crusaders are in the mortuary. So that might help us. They don't really have any front row, do they?
Well,
they've got Cody.
Well, I was just saying before, don't be shocked if you see John R4, all 39 years of him, walking out there onto Orange Cherry Stadium on the weekend, because he could well. The injuries, as we've said, against the Hurricanes, then just last weekend, they've been mounting up.
They had about 11 people on the field by the end of it. Actually, they were playing rugby league by the end. They had 13 players on the field.
They only needed 13.
They actually only needed 13.
That Whitelock's been out with some sort of mystery injury.
They could have run the sevens and a sevens team and won that game.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, Fiji arguably should have just played a sevens team.
Well, the Drua were playing the sevens. They were running it out of their 22 for the entire game.
Yeah, even 40 points down with 2 minutes left to go. They're just like, bugger it, we're not changing our tactics. Whitelock's out of some weird injury. Ethan Blackadder came on for like 34 seconds and then went back off again.
That's classic coming back from a long-term injury, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's come in with an injury first game back and he snaps his quad or something.
Yeah.
How's Will Jordan's vertigo? For a while there, he didn't know if he was up or down after a Martha. He's back.
I hated the reporting of that and an ear injury. You know what's inside your ear? Your brain. He injured his brain. It was a head knock. Don't call it anything other than he got his dome rocked and it took him a while to get back. But he is back and they could do with him as well. Richie Mo'unga came off injured in that game as well. Hopefully that's a precautionary thing, but he's been getting smashed week in, week out.
Yeah.
He's been getting trucked by props and flankers and all sorts.
He's just a little fella with some great legs, but just a little fella getting absolutely smoked. But you got to say, and this is a problem for you, G Lane, you got to say that despite all the injuries, the Crusaders have come right at the end of the season. Yeah. Whereas your Chiefs, Mana, they're like a shopping trolley where the wheels are sort of not connected on properly. It's a wobbly old situation.
This is all part of the plan. This is all part of the Mana plan. So you suck you in with a little bit of non-Mana, and then when push comes to shove, I'm going to put Mana all over your face. Either you Crusaders or you Blues. You watch. If the Mana have a final at Mana Central, there at FML Stadium, with some real quality supporters, which we'll touch on in the Toppa Players of the Week.
Yep.
They're my people. That's my Tūranga Waiwai FML Stadium. You cannot come to FML Stadium. You cannot come to the Mana Mansion and not be munched by the Mana.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's they definitely have an easier route to the final, don't they?
Well, they deserve it, don't they? They qualified top of the table. They've got the Brumbies, who are fairly dangerous. They've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, got nothing.
A bit like the Blues and Crusaders, really. Everyone's like, the Crusaders are paying like $1.02 at the TAB or whatever to win. The Blues can just throw everything at it, which is a dangerous Blues team.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of talent in the Blues team. You got to say they've got all the talent in the freaking world.
Yeah, but a team of champions doesn't make a champion team, Heath, and that's what Aucklanders don't understand. That's what the Blues have never understood. And
what about that twin ginger tag?
The twin ginge is
the
always
twin ginge. Tom Robinson and Finlay Christie.
Anytime you face with a twin ginge, it's a tough ask to order.
I tell you what, when you're watching at the stadium, those are two key points from being such different parts of the field at different times. You can just really get your bearings around Tom Robinson and Finlay Christie.
And there's a wee one.
There's a big one and a wee one, and they seem to be doing everything, but maybe that's just because of the hair colour.
Just back to slagging the Chiefs off, if I could, for a second. They are making me a little bit nervous. It was very squeaky bum against the Reds.
I'm admittedly very squeaky.
A couple of unconvincing performances against the Reds in the last sort of month or so. The Brumbies are paying $4.20, which I think is actually...
That's not a bad little bet.
I might sprinkle a little on the Brumbies.
Are you going to go for a bit of happiness insurance there, are you?
I'd be happy either way.
ACC happiness insurance. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like everyone's turning on the Mana. Why is everyone turning on the Mana?
No, the Mana have had a good run.
Or is he just doing this on purpose?
But I tell you what, if we take it down to the cheese roll Mana, the real Mana, the cheese roll Mana, the cheese Mana, their Mana has really been inflated by old Mark Ellis coming on board and him and his mates buying 11%. He's a director. His first comment on the whole situation was, we're going to really crack down on non-nude streakers.
I love it. This is exactly what New Zealand Rugby needs, is to bring in personalities who own or have got an interest in the club and actually drive some passion outside of the military fucking missionary position approach that currently is.
We had him on the Matt and Jerry Breakfast Show this morning. He's dangerously hungover. He's down at Field Days in Hamilton. He was saying that he tried to open just a corner of the curtains and that sent him running off to the bathroom where he did the entire interview on the toilet. With some terrible audio on his phone. Wow.
Brilliant.
But he said some inflammatory stuff that I really enjoyed, and he's going to wage war on the Fun Police down in Dunedin. And you got to say, at the Sistema Lunchbox, the Fun Police have less power than they do anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so with him now coming on the scales against the Fun Police, I think the Fun Police are absolutely screwed in Dunedin. We could have a hotbed of fans actually being allowed to enjoy the game again.
Oh, yeah, look, it makes me want to feel like James McConey and I should pool our meagre resources together and maybe buy 0.5% of the mana.
Yeah, 100%.
Will they give you a director position for 0.5% of the moment?
That'll be part of it. I'm only investing 0.5% and if I get a seat on the board. That is my one prerequisite.
And Neil Barnes can have his blazer back.
Yeah, that's true.
What celebrities would you like to see buying into, say, for example, the Blues? A good Auckland celebrity. Who have we got there? Wayne Brown put some money in there. Who do people like in Auckland?
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Ridge.
Oh, Ridgie?
Ridgie?
Nah, he's put all his money into small BMX bikes and riding in a serpentine fashion up and down Ponsonby Road.
Carlos Spencer.
Spencer put some money in.
Doug Howlett.
Who's someone that's
Rupeni Thao Nembutha.
Who's someone outspoken? Someone that's really there to party.
Well, you're talking about Auckland.
Jeremy Wells.
Yeah, Jeremy Wells.
Jeremy Wells. Well, I mean, look,
Jeremy Wells and no friends have bought a 100% stake in the Blues.
Yeah, he basically bought it with his 7 sharp salary, and that would be good. He'd be good.
And that $1.5 million he found down the back of his couch.
Yeah, no, it fell out of his suit pockets and into his shoes. You know, that's where I used to find money at my parents' house. The coins, because he used to hang his.
Was Dr. Lane running holes in his pockets?
No, Dr. Lane was so lazy. He would come home with his slacks, and he'd hang the slacks up. We've got on him, but he'd hang them, and all the coins would fall out of his pockets and into his shoes. So it was a gold mine one day when I found these, and I shook his shoes, and I found back then it was quite a lot. I found $5 in coins.
Hell yeah!
And that's about 20 giant crocodiles.
Yeah, well,
3 aniseed wheels.
That would have been 20-cent mixtures back in the day as well. So 10 of those.
So what are we calling it? So a bit of banana skin for the cheese mana in the weekend, and then the Blues surprise everyone to come through and beat the Crusaders.
So what are you saying? It's a Blues Brumbies final at Eden Park.
Can you even, as much as I'm a big fan of the Blues when my cheese roll mana are out, but as much as I support the Blues, I cannot envision a Blues Brumbies final. I just can't envision it.
No, I can't picture it.
Well, they've left the posts up because the Women's FIFA World Cup starts 3 weeks or so. And
shame on you for not buying tickets.
And I've got something else on. I was at Eden Park yesterday, and the posts are still up. They were marking the field still, and I said, "You guys expecting a final here?" And they're like, "Yeah, don't you worry." And I'm like, "You're fucking dreaming." You are dreaming.
Whip the bales off down there at Eden Park.
And they're also going to have to turn that round pretty quick, actually, for the Women's FIFA World Cup.
It wouldn't take that long to whip some posts down, would it?
That's what I said.
Local park did it in about half an afternoon, so...
Yeah,
but you've got there's a few kickbacks you got to go to the, the FIFA people coming on, so there's a lot of work around little brown paper bags with money suitcases coming in and out of hotels.
Are you saying there's corruption at FIFA, Matt Heath?
I'm saying there's quite a lot of corruption. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hey, so Super Rugby this weekend, Friday night, 7 p.m. Is the Blues versus the Crusaders. And I think
it's me and Lyle.
You and Lyle are doing that one. And on Saturday, Chiefs mana. If you're a Chiefs fan, you've got to tune into that because it's James McConey and I spraying mana all around the room, all over our own faces. And coverage brought to you by the great New Zealanders at Dulux who have brought you all of the Super Rugby this season. A little bit of cricket. World Test champion wrapped up. Aussies absolutely
boring.
Pumped them. Yeah, boring. And I'll say it, and I'll say it again. I think it's the last time that the World Test Championship will be played in England.
They're not going to
100%.
India
it's
cannot.
so hard to doctor the wickets from all the way over there in Mumbai.
They're already complaining about the schedule, the Indian cricket team and the selectors and that. They're like, the schedule was a bit unfair. You made it. You guys run world cricket. So
and you made it into the final. You had every chance to frickin' win.
Yeah.
They suck, though.
Yeah, they suck. But typically going into the Ashes, and look, I think we're all on board. I've got reasons to support England going back. But with the Baz McCullum and the Ben Stokes, all New Zealanders are on board with England for the Ashes. But frickin' Australia, like they always do, have a really good lead up.
Yeah.
They've got a really good lead up. They've just
100%.
played a very competitive test. Well, it should have been competitive.
In England.
But in England, they're ready to go. They're looking freaking good.
And their bowling, that terrifies me, Australian. They've got Stark, you've got Cumdog, Millionaire.
Yeah. Is Pooh Bear?
Pooh Bear's in there, but so is Al Borland.
Yeah.
He's in there as well. And they just keep producing great seam bowlers, and everyone's like, it's English conditions. These guys friggin' love English conditions.
Yeah, but what do you say to allegations that Bill Ralston, Mitchell Stark, people have finally worked out that he just bowls half volleys outside off stump that you can just lean onto?
Well, Baz knows firsthand that that can occasionally undo you, as you found out in the first over of the Cricket World
Well,
Cup.
it's strange he doesn't get reverse swing anymore. Though.
No,
Actual
yeah, I don't know what's
status.
going on.
He's not getting nearly as much reverse swing
I
because
don't know what's going on there.
a lot of sort of shock and awe with some pacey half volleys outside off stump, and then later on it would
how
just sort of
come
come back for a second spell and he seemed to
Yeah.
be reverse
In
swing.
a one day or two. How'd that happen?
Yeah, really quickly as on.
I've seen
you
a
know.
graph of it and it just drops off sharply. There's a really clear point at which it was right around. What was Steve Smith crying about in that press conference? I can't remember.
can't remember.
That was
Something
a year.
about
That was,
that, you know,
that, was
Bill.
just, that was a year before, wasn't
Anyway,
it?
Bill Ralston, Pooh Bear, and the Cum Dog Millionaire.
They're already talking Australia though about Bazball's all great until we knock over a few early wickets, and then what are they going to do? Well, we've already seen as a team
don't
who's
give a
played-
shit.
They don't give a shit. They're like they drew 40 points down. They're going to run it out of their
I
own
thought that was a
goal.
total misunderstanding of what Bazball is.
100%.
Bazball is a gambler's chance. It's Ben Stokes and Braz McCullum saying, give it a freaking go and don't be scared to lose. So they're misunderstanding that. They will Bazball the whole way, and if they lose, they're like, well, you know, we had a punt.
Yeah.
I'd rather, as Baz McCullum always says, I'd rather lose than not try to win.
And I think that has what's going to give them the confidence that they're not going to get pillared by the media in England anymore because they've had such a good run. They know how it works now, and they don't mind if England lose as long as they go a bit of a backbone as the way they go out.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, every time they lost, they'd just get fucking owned by the media and they'd just get criticised. But now they're like, now there's no pressure really.
Yeah.
If they lose well or like with a bit of fucking.
That's actually what Mark Ellis was saying on the Matt and Jerry Breakfast Show this morning. He was saying around Otago Rugby that when he was playing back in the day, the locals, like, they didn't give a shit as long as you badly injured and gave it 100% and just went hard and went hard and hard.
100%.
Then they'd just tap you on the back and go, good on you, at the pub.
Yeah.
And he was just talking about how the culture's changed now where you just pile on to people. But all you could ask is to give it a freaking good old Kiwi go.
Look at EPL. Look at some of those teams. They suck. And they sell out their stadiums each and every week.
Yeah.
This is a hallmark of Brendan McCullum. What was the IPL team that he was coaching? I forget the name of them, but a couple of years ago.
He did Bangalore for a while.
And they had an absolute shocker. I think they lost the first 6 games of their season or something. Then they had this massive comeback and made it to the final. And it's just a hallmark of Baz McCullum is just like, hey, this is great. We've lost everything. No one gives a shit how we go from here on out.
Yeah.
So what does it matter? Just have a crack, go out swinging.
He comes in with a basic, what does it matter? And then if you lose a few, he goes, it matters even less now. Just go for it. Just play the game you love. You love playing cricket. That's what you started as a kid. So just love playing it. Yeah, he's turned them around, but him and Ben Stokes are just absolutely in love with each other.
It's one of the great bromances.
So what about Mo and Ali? We were talking about that yesterday on the Just the Tip podcast, and then Ben Stokes just text Mo and Ali, Ashes ? And then he comes back with lol. And so he's on the team. That was and then he said to the press, he said that he would have only come out of retirement for Ben Stokes. It's the only person because he loves him so much. So there's a little love for the Gay Avenger.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's up. Who's he up against in the nickname bracket?
Peter Gus Stubby Cooler.
Oh,
at the moment. And I haven't checked on the results of that one yet, but that was the equivalent of text just sending out the you up text.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Speaking of you up, I've got to go. Sorry.
Okay, you up.
Right, okay.
Also, looking at the World Cup schedules. Looking at the World Cup schedule has just come out. The Black Caps to open up against England first game there, and the Beast is out.
No,
Michael Bracewell is out
with rip the door off the hinges, mate. He's suffered an Achilles rupture, which is the most terrifying injury to me. I live in constant fear of an Achilles rupture.
I feel like I'm of the ripe age that it's gonna happen. I've got 2 friends. One was playing squash. He deserved it.
Yeah.
And the other one was a wicketkeeper playing LMS, and all he did was squat. Squat down in the wicketkeeping and
they say there's no signs that it's going to happen. It could just go at any time.
I'm
you
terrified.
Could be getting out of the car. How old were these guys?
I'm 44 and 45.
So both playing social sport.
Yes.
At what age do you need to give up the social sport? So I know you packed in touch a few years ago.
That was more a mental thing. That was more mental when I got ran down by a Tongan mum of 4 on Victoria Park and managed to knock myself out at the same time. But that was more a mental thing. I occasionally dip my toe back into LMS, last man stands, a bit of cricket there. but not on a regular basis anymore.
You're an Achilles away.
I'm an Achilles away from a total humiliation. And having seen how long the recovery is on an Achilles, it's so humiliating.
Yeah. I do you remember we watched the game where Gordon Hayward was playing for the Boston Celtics and he broke his ankle? We were watching it out in the studio there. So a mate of mine broke his ankle on the exact same day as Gordon Hayward, and Gordon Hayward was back playing in the NBA, and my mate was still on crutches in a moon boot. That's the difference between being a social sports athlete and a pro.
Mate Tyler, who did his Achilles playing squash, he says he much would have rather clean broken it because the recovery is so much longer than actually a clean break. It's humiliating. We have to go out with him, and he's got a knee scooter. This is the worst. Not only has he got a knee scooter, he's got a knee scooter with a basket on the front, and then he's got attachments on the side where the crutches go. So he's got crutches either side of the basket, and he's like, it is a total humiliator. And I was like, you can't go out in public like that. And he goes, I go down. He goes down and gets his crafty beers and puts them in the basket, and then knee scoots his way home.
Real degenerate stuff. But I digress. We were talking about cricket. So the beast is out. I don't know. Playing England first up, I quite like that because I hate that in big tournaments. And New Zealand typically do well at these kind of tournaments.
We start well.
We start well, but it's because we always play like Namibia and Bolivia and all this kind of thing. And I hate farting around like that because you actually don't know how the team's going. So it's good to get one out of the way, real nice and early doors as well.
And I love it how they've released the schedule like now.
Yeah.
Usually you release the schedule at least a year before the tournament, so everyone can buy tickets. India are like, no, we're going to wait.
We're just going to see how this plays out.
We're going to see how the World Test Championship plays out, and then we'll seek our revenge on everyone as a result of losing that World Test Championship
100%
to another Antipodean wounder.
So the Ashes start tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Awful time for us.
And also quite goddamn confusing for everyone because the first test is on Spark Sport, which is free. It's free now. Yes. Because the deal with TVNZ only kicks in in July. So the first test, you can only watch it on Spark Sport, but it's free. If you've already got a login, just go and log in and watch it.
Oh, yeah.
But the second test, third test, fourth test, and fifth test, they're all on TVNZ Plus.
So that's brilliant. Wow, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. The timing for me, though, as I sit here and look at it, it's kicking off tomorrow night at 10 p.m.
Well, yeah, I'm very familiar with the timings, given we commentated the World Test Championship final.
God, yeah.
6 days of no sleep, was up all night.
That's when I learned that
torturous.
90% of a hangover is sleep deprivation and nothing to do with drinking. Because there'd be nights where you were watching that and you didn't drink at all. The next morning you go to work and you're like, oh my God. I feel like I've just come off a 3-day bender.
So, I think I'll get up and watch the highlights. Yeah, they do the 1 hour highlights package. That's always good.
And if it's coming down to the last ball or last over, maybe I'll set an alarm and get up and watch it on the couch. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So get stuck into that. As mentioned just before, Manaia Stewart, the ACC nickname bracket is underway. First up, a real heavy hitter first up when Davey Dum Dum took on the Hairy Jav. The Hairy Jav cleaned that up by a country mile.
These have all been pretty one-sided as well.
Yeah.
And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Every time we talk about this, I'd implore people to set their emotions aside. We're just talking about the calibre of the nickname as it relates to the player, as it relates to the culture, the vibe. It's not what you think about the person that it's attached to. So leave those feelings at the door.
I did get a DM directly from the Hairy Jav.
Oh, did you?
And it's along the lines of, I better fucking win.
I think he might.
I think between him and Steady the Ship, it's going to be Steady the Ship Williamson.
I think Steady the Ship's
Ben
the number
from
one seed.
Ben from Accounts.
Ben from Accounts is certainly in the conversation. And look, there's been a lot of complaints about nicknames that have missed out. There's been a lot of complaints about heavy hitters going up against each other in the first round as well.
That one there, the Cleveland Steamer, which is Sam Cane, and everyone's like, why is he called the Cleveland Steamer? This is not overly clever.
No.
But he plays for the Steamers, the Bay of Plenty Steamers, a stalwart of the Steamers, and someone just threw Cleveland on the front of it.
That's right.
Which is a horrible act, usually done on an oven door.
Look, if there was a, is that what it is?
Or a glass top table.
No, I've heard a harrowing story about a flatmate returning early from a weekend away to find her other flatmates with the oven door open. And they moved out.
But Sir Lingus, obviously that was...
Landslide.
I mean, look, landslide for Sir Lingus. The origins of that nickname, it's obviously Ross Taylor loves, he traditionally pokes his tongue out when he scores 100.
Yep.
The Latin word for tongue is lingus.
Sure.
And we called him Sir Lingus after the time that he beat England single-handedly on one leg down at University Oval, and we demanded that the Governor-General be flown in on a Skyhawk and dropped into the middle of the park, and him knighted immediately after that game, and he said, "Arise, Sir Lingus." That's where that nickname came from.
That one is an absolute landslide. And actually, most of them have been. So yesterday's one, or today's one, I guess, is still battling on. Peter Gus Stubby Cooler versus the Gay Avenger. Now, the Gay Avenger is running away with this one as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Peter Gus Stubby Cooler.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Gay Avenger, obviously, that is, for the time that he knocked out those two homophobes in Bristol, I believe.
That's right, yeah. Outside a nightclub at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, avenging the rights for the rainbow community, and good on him.
So keep your eyes peeled for the next one, and I was just desperately trawling through my emails there to figure out who the next one is, and I can't. There is
a lot going on in that nickname bracket. So jump on the ACC NZ Instas or Facebook to get involved and vote each day. So any NBA finals, NHL finals, that's ice hockey for those of you who don't know, but NBA in the end. They couldn't heat up the Nuggies, could they?
No, they couldn't heat up the Nuggies. And the Heat did very well to even get to where they were. And it was actually quite a good game. Like, no one's ever going to remember how tight that game was in the end.
Yeah.
But Nikola Jokic, he won, and he couldn't give less of a fuck. He just wants to go home.
How was his press conference?
Press conferences when here were the highlights from the press conference. The first one, he goes, when's the parade? We talked about this on the podcast yesterday. They're like, Thursday. He's like, Thursday?
Yes. And then I think there was a big break because he goes, I got to go home.
Yeah, I got to go home. Why he has to go home is because he's racing horses on Sunday. So he's like, if I have to stick around here on Thursday, then what? Can I get a flight on the Friday? Like, he had a whole logistics argument with this person off screen during the post-match press conference. It's so good to watch a guy, and I said this on the podcast yesterday, but I'll say it again. Imagine losing a championship to a guy who treats the NBA like shift work. Yeah. He's like, when do I finish? Okay, sweet. Now I'm going to fuck off home. I couldn't care less about this whole thing.
I got to pay for my horses somehow.
He just doesn't care. It's quite, and Americans just cannot wrap their head around it because, to contrast that with Aaron Gordon, American, he played on the Denver Nuggets as well. I think he's still partying in the streets of Denver with his shirt off at the moment.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. He was just going around. He still had his playing shorts on.
Yep. Desperate case of swamp ass, I can imagine. Oh, yeah. He's just played an elimination game in the NBA Finals and then hasn't showered in a couple of days. The Nuggets, everyone's classic Americans, they're now like, is this a dynasty? And I think, is Jokic the greatest big man of all time? Blah, blah, blah.
Also, the NHL Finals finished in Las Vegas, of all places.
Yeah.
And losing. So the home team lost in Vegas.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a dangerous place to celebrate a championship. In fact, when Cleveland beat the Golden State Warriors in 2016, instead of going back to Cleveland to party, they went to Las Vegas to party. That's how hazardous it is. But, I mean, Miami's not a whole lot better, I don't think, in terms of
I wouldn't think so.
Career-limiting celebrations.
Right. Let's get into more pressing news. State of Origin 2 is coming up next Wednesday.
Yep.
And we got a viewing party on the go for that. We outgrew Shapiro's, and we're going to the Sweatshop Brew Kitchen. And if you're in Auckland, Wednesday the 21st of June from 9:30 p.m, you've got to book a table if you want to get involved. Just text STATE to 3236. We're hosting along with the TAB, so there's going to be loads of TAB specials. There'll be bonus bets to give away. We've got some drink specials as well, thanks to Export Ultra. It's Blues v Maroons. Get into it. Keep an eye on our ACC socials also, because we're going to give away a table for you and your mates, plus $150 worth of food and beverage. Bunch of ACC merch. Get amongst it Wednesday night. Get on the back foot immediately for the weekend by coming and watching State of O. The first one was a cracker. The Blues have got to come back. Is this one being played in Sydney?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
No, sorry. It's being played at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane. So this is a real tall order for the New South Welshmen.
Yeah,
but
right.
State of Origin, as we know, as we saw it last game one, it has to be watched in a crowd. You can't sit at home and watch it. You need to be You need to feel the mate against mate. You need to feel the state against state.
Like I was saying, that last one we went to, the last ACC viewing party, where people were chanting like New South Wales, New South. We're like, I'm in Auckland, and people have fucking got it. And no, there's no Aussies in this bar, but it's like the passion we've got for two random states in Australia playing rugby league. Is weird, but I love it.
Oh, it's awesome, and you don't feel that when you're sitting at home. So come and feel that with us, the ACC crew at Sweatshop.
Yeah, Sweatshop Brew Kitchen. Get there. Text state, like I said, to 3236. Make sure you book yourself a table. Right, the TAB good punt this week. I'm going to let you loose on that. On the good punt. Okay. I think I'm picking. You are gonna go against me, aren't you? You're going Brumbies, aren't you, for the win, playing 420.
The Chiefs mana don't fill me with confidence. There's a bit of squeaky bum time, and I just love the idea of you and McConey spending 80 minutes trying to slag me off for putting this bet on against the Chiefs. And if it comes in, that last 10 minutes is going to be filthy.
I tell you what, your name will be dragged through the mud. If 10 minutes to go and the Mana are losing, I'll be like, this is on you, Manaia Stewart. This is on you, you piece of shit.
Commentator's curse. Well, I'm going to put it on right now. I don't want to let this one slip.
White on of the week. Anything give you? I know what gave you a white on.
You know exactly what gave me a
the
white
Warriors.
On. It was giving me a white on at the time as well. I know. It's weird because we do this podcast on a Thursday. The game was on a Friday night. It seems like, it was almost a week ago. But commentating a game where the Warriors just hump a team.
It doesn't happen often, does it?
Well, it's happened twice in 2 weeks for me. So it's just, I feel like I got so many comments this week about how me and Chris were just absolutely on fire on the weekend. It's like, well, when the Warriors are scoring every 5 minutes, it's hard not to be. You talk about the mana dripping off the walls when the Chiefs are playing, or when the Warriors are playing, particularly over there, hostile circumstances. All these Aussies are like, oh, it's hard to beat the Raiders in Canberra because it's so cold. It's like New Zealand's pretty bloody cold too, so it's not really a home advantage for them.
Totally.
We got up, we smacked them. Couldn't have happened to a nicer set of guys. Jared Croker, Ricky Stewart, go fuck yourselves.
For me, white on of the week, definitely Peter Gus Stubby Cooler. Last minute try for the Peter Gus. And it really did... there was a lot of relief in the room with James McConey because we went full mana. Yeah. We were singing "Mana's in the air."
Yeah, there's a great video of that out on social media.
Look at that, it was a great video.
Very
Mana's
well
in
edited.
the air. So look, that gave me the biggest white on, and I attendance required is Super Rugby this weekend. It's the great, as Matt Heath mentioned, it's the gravy stroke of Super Rugby Pacific. It's Crusaders Blues 7 p.m. Friday. It's Chiefs Mana versus Brumbies 7 p.m. Saturday. Both games, they're live on Sky Sport 9, free on iHeartradio, and all thanks to the great New Zealanders at Dulux.
No Warriors this weekend either. So
bye.
We've cleared the schedule out. It's solely rugby union this weekend.
Super Rugby. Right now, it's time to get into
Toppa Plays of the Week. Brought to you by Leader NZ's Lasagna Toppa.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, text Toppa to 3236 annual region to get the Toppa Top Up, which is a 150-litre deep freeze full of toppers and a Toppa warmer for your flat. It doesn't get much better than that. We've got 2 more to give away. Text Toppa to 3236 annual region. Right, Toppa Plays of the Week. Number 3, Manaia Stewart.
Yeah.
I got tagged in this photo. I don't know how many times. But a couple of great New Zealanders at the FML Stadium. Peak Chiefs mana. 2 massive Chiefs fans. Their son next to them as well, with the most glorious mullets you've ever seen. One wearing a Chiefs jersey, and the other wearing a magnificent T-shirt that just says "sick cunt" on it.
He is a sick cunt too, because not only does he have the mullet that goes all the way down his back, it's actually draped over his shoulders. Yeah. But he's got the crispy fade on the side as well.
Handlebar moustache. And double fisting. And he's double fisting as well. He's got a cooler in one hand. Yeah, and I think he's got a bottle of something in the other. And his mate's got the Sharkies on, and he's got a bottle of something as well. But there's a little kid next to them. It's just this carbon copy. Yeah. And so we snapped a quick photo off, put it on social. These are my people. These are my people.
I am willing to bet that these 2 blokes have not landed the plane since then, nor will they. I think they're preloading for what they think will be our grand final celebration.
I look forward to seeing them this weekend at FML. They'll be in the same place looking for the camera.
I've talked to a lot of people about, that played for the Chiefs, legends of the Chiefs franchise, and they say, people always ask them, what is Chiefs mana? Well, when you look at this picture, that is Chiefs mana in its purest form.
Right, number 2, Toppa Player of the Week. This almost happened to us at Basin Reserve where if it wasn't for the quick actions of Paul Stewart Ford, New Zealand's premier sports journalist, we would have had a cricket ball through this windscreen of the Caravan. Glass would have shattered all over Jason Hoyt's face, but he stuck a mitt out and stopped what would have been a certain tragedy. But this happened to a baseball commentator when a foul ball went right up into his box and actually hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Have a listen.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here.
Oh, man. Yeah, that one hurts.
It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that
Now, this
far.
Yankees radio
once
announcer
again,
might
it'll
be
a 3-2.
considering retirement.
So like, if you hear, ow, so American, just like,
Yeah,
ow.
it was. And like quite dramatic as well. Like relax. Yeah, you got hit in the head with a baseball, but you're a baseball commentator. What did you think was going to happen? You're going to go 60-year career without getting hit by a fly ball. He it just triggered that. I have a weird feeling in my chest and my plums when I see an old person get hurt. You know, when you see an old person fall over or something, there's a real distinct feeling that you get, and I got that looking at this.
Yeah, you're right about the old people, because when I see one fall over, I'm always like, that's going to be me soon.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I fall over quite a lot already, but I'm like, I'd see my future when I see one tumble, especially if they had a couple of beers and they tumble backwards, and I'm like, oh shit.
At what age do you describe someone as having had a fall?
Oh yes, that's right. You're like, have you fallen down? Or you had a fall?
He's had a fall.
Yeah,
I
about
think it's
60 plus.
Yeah, I think 60. Around retirement age, which is where this bloke, by all rights, should be. I saw a photo of him afterwards, and he had 2 sticking plasters, one on his cheek and one like on his sort of temple.
It actually, you look at the ball, I think it hit his desk and went up into his face. It wasn't
It
a
hit the
direct
microphone as well.
It wasn't a direct hit. It was a ricochet.
We
that
need
got
to
him.
get back out to the grounds, I think, is
Yeah,
what
I
I've
know.
taken away from this.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, number one on the top of plays of the week, and so much footage of this on social media. I saw one in 4K slow-mo, which was even better, and it's the epic 72-yard putt by Nick Taylor to win the Canadian Open, the first Canadian to win the Open in God knows how long. But then his fellow mate and pro golfer Adam Hardwin ran out to celebrate with him with a bottle of champagne. He ran out, he was spraying the champagne, and what do you know? The security spotted what they thought was a terrorist with a dangerous bottle of champagne being sprayed, didn't recognise that he was actually a fellow competitor.
Yeah.
Absolutely bitched him, and what was a textbook tackle around the breast.
Yeah, for me, this is a quite clear case of tackling a player in the air, and that guy, that security guard, should be binned for that. Would it kill the security guard to figure out who the players are?
Yeah, and also, did it need to be a tackle? Like, you just gone, hey, mate, don't spray it.
But also, have you never seen a sports celebration before? Like, this is part of it.
And I did like there was a policeman there as well. It's like, why are police doing security at a PGA event?
I don't know. This always reminds me of the UFC when they've got security guards either side of them. It's like, if this guy starts wiling out, like, what are you as an overweight security guard going to do?
And police are also at UFC games as well, which you don't get as well. And boxing matches, there's always state troopers there or something.
I know. When Khabib jumped over the ring and just started throwing haymakers, there was no one there that was going to stop him or do anything. But yeah, God bless this guy. Maybe if he was there at the UFC events, that they would be able to stop him.
Yeah, it was a great moment. And actually, it's probably great for the PGA, to be honest. It was mildly interesting.
Yeah,
Something mildly interesting
100%.
happened.
That happened on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's it this week for the full-length agenda. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, tune in this weekend, Sky Sport 9 iHeartradio for the semi-finals action of Super Rugby. We'll catch up with you tomorrow with the Daily.
Alrighty, we'll see you then.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast. For more episodes, subscribe on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.